Alright everybody, it's time to do something we've never done on this channel. I've got a trike to work on today. There hasn't been a trike yet on this channel. The closest thing to a trike that I've done is messing with a Cervicar for a local guy, which will hopefully eventually be on this channel. But the bike in question's an 09, so twin cam, and we got a reverse gear to fix. This is something I've never done before, so y'all are going to kind of learn with me. And that's okay. You know, like, you always got to be learning. If anybody ever tells you they know everything about fixing motorcycles, they are lying. And learning's a constant theme on this channel, whether it's me teaching y'all something that I know, or like today, us kind of all learning together. So, kind of overcast and supposed to be raining today with the tropical storms and such. So let's go inside. Excuse the mess. There are a ton of parts in here right now for another project, which I'm not going to show y'all right at this minute. I'm actually touching it with my right leg. That's as much of a sneak peek as you're getting. But yeah, here's the bike. Like I said, this is a trike. It is, I can't remember what body this guy said this thing has on it. This is not a factory Harley trike. It's like it was some 3-letter thing, KDG, LD, so I don't know. I don't remember. Doesn't really matter. That's immaterial for the purposes of this video. It's built on an 09 FLHTC 96 cubic inch twin cam. This engine's had some work done to it. I've got some other stuff to do to this bike, but the focus of this video is right here. This thing has a 6-speed transmission, as it should, but you can see we've got this coming out. That's not a jockey shifter, it's a reverse gear. This is a Mamba. It's made by AIM Corp, who is now out of business, and this has failed. It will not go into reverse, so we're gonna pull the exhaust pipes off, pull the cover off of this side, you know, like where your throwout bearing and such is inside of there, and investigate. And if we need to replace it, walk around back here to the trunk. We've got some parts down inside of there that the customer has brought to me. So let's set the camera up on the tripod and grab some wrenches and grab some gloves and start working.
Well, if both kids are in school.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense, does it?
But then they have to.
Alright, so I've gotten this somewhat apart, and you can see right here there's 2 keys and 2 keyways on this gear. And those keys are supposed to be one piece, I'm most certain. This gear has wrote right on it. It says, let me see if I can get my head in there to where I can read it. Must use Mamba break off keys, and then it has a part number. So those look like they're brass. That one is absolutely just destroyed. That one's not looking much better. And they'll catch every once in a while, but mostly this gear is just free spinning on this shaft. And what I think has gone on here is that there's a very specific procedure for putting one of these into neutral. And I would just assume that this breakaway key, you know, is a built-in engineered weak point, kind of like you know, a shear pin on a propeller on an outboard motor. And if you don't follow the correct procedure, instead of tearing up your transmission, you snap these off. So I think I could probably just pull this gear right off of here. Yep, I sure can. Yep, cool. Okay, so there's some new brass keys installed. I basically could not find these anywhere. I think I misspoke earlier where I said that I believed this was an AIM Corp one and that this was just the Mamba reverse gear. I think actually this whole entire setup was made by a company called Mamba. This reverse gear stuff from like the early to mid 2000s, there was a whole bunch of companies making them. It sounds like basically they're all defunct now. So this was basically impossible to find. And so what I did was I found some appropriate sized brass key stock and I measured how deep those keys needed to be. I cut some new key stock and then I relieved them on the sides with a small handsaw just to sort of make sure they could, cleanly break if they needed to. I realize that this isn't exactly perfect, but it's probably better than having to retrofit the entire assembly. So we'll see what happens. I think this will be fine though. Also, one last thing, you can see I've put a new gasket on here. The gasket as it comes from the Harley dealer, which is where this came from. Side note here, strangely for me, a lot of times gaskets like this or like this little O-ring that's going to go here on the clutch cable, there's the old one, so we'll throw that out and replace it. In any event, a lot of times gaskets like this, intake manifold, O-rings, the seal that goes behind a CV carburetor, that stuff is surprisingly cheap at your local Harley dealer, and you're getting actual Harley parts instead of Amazon stuff. It's cheaper than the James stuff. In any event, I'm rambling. I had to trim this gasket to fit, so I had to cut it here, right here, and right there, and it's still pretty close on where that dowel goes, but it looks like it'll clear just fine. Just thought I'd throw that out there. This was the old paper gasket, and you can see it's made slightly different than the new one, so might help somebody if they're doing this at home, though. You should be smart enough to figure out how to cut a gasket to make it fit. So, everything's all back together on this bike. There's been a lot of other work other than this reverse gear that's been going on here. And now we're ready to try this thing out. So in theory, assuming I've done everything correctly, clutch is adjusted, oil's filled, and assuming that the brass keyways were really all that was wrong with this thing, I should be able to put this in reverse. The reverse procedure for this, from what I've been able to find, is have the bike in neutral running, pull the clutch in, put it in first gear in order to sort of stop the gears from turning. Bump it back into neutral, then engage reverse and let the clutch out. So I'm going to turn the bike on and do all of that, and y'all should see me start rolling backwards. So that was a fail. Yeah, I bet I broke that brass keyway again. Felt like it was trying to move backwards with the clutch pulled in. Like maybe I didn't have the clutch adjusted right. I followed the procedure for a clutch adjustment, and clutch was adjusted how clutch always adjusts on a twin cam, and it felt okay just by hand. That's like as soon as I let that clutch out, it just jerked. And yeah, this thing's idled really, really, really high too. This has some kind of a weird surgy idle to it. It has some sort of aftermarket programmer on it. The oxygen sensors are deleted out of the exhaust, so it must just be running in like open loop all the time. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna take this back apart and see what we find. Alright, so zooming in on that, I've taken it all back apart. Good news is my sort of shear keys that I made worked. Bad news is they worked. I need to just figure out what's going on here. Basically, more or less what I need to figure out is Did I screw up? Did I mess up putting this in gear? It felt kind of creepy with the clutch pulled in. Did I mess up with my clutch adjustment? I had it, you know, same way you always do. Put a bunch of slack in the cable, run the knock your lock nut loose, run your adjuster until it just touches, back it out about a half of a turn. Maybe I needed it out more like one full turn. Sometimes having the Allen adjuster, the set screw in the middle, out a little bit further gives you like a longer friction zone, and having it in and tighter, it makes it more like a light switch. So part of me wants to just make some more keys and put this back together, and maybe adjust it with the adjuster out one full round, and then also, instead of trying to put it in reverse while it's still kind of high idled up cold, like 12 or 1300 RPM, let it sit there and run and get hot and drop that idle down to, you know, 800 or so, and try it like that. So I actually have some old bikes to go look at right now that I might go buy, so I'm gonna let this all cool off. I did this with a hot exhaust, and yeah, maybe while I'm riding up and down the road to look at these bikes, maybe I'll have some idea popping in my head. But try and keep it real on this channel and show y'all when I do things good, show y'all when I do things bad. And if I'm learning something like today, I'm learning. I've never worked on this before. Y'all get to learn with me even when I make mistakes. Okay, so I am coming back home from a test ride, and had the reverse working just fine earlier. I've used it 3 or 4 times. I'm going to back this thing up the driveway with the reverse. It's kind of tricky. You got to get it in neutral. Dang it, this bike is really hard to catch neutral in for some odd reason. There's neutral. All right. Hold the rear brake so we don't roll away. We're in reverse. Just let out the clutch. Yep, and we're going backwards. It's probably an awkward camera angle, but y'all get the idea. This is hard to do with the full face helmet and the GoPro on. I'm park it right here behind my truck. And then we will disengage the reverse gear and actually put this thing in first, I guess, to keep it steady once it's parked. Cool. There we go. One reverse gear fixed. Alright, so I just wanted to do like a quick wrap up right here at the end of this video. Basically, the reverse gear fix essentially boiled down to just replacing those brass shear keys. And the second time that I made them, I didn't cut the relief quite as deep in them, and I spent quite a bit of time playing with the clutch adjustment, and I set the clutch adjustment out a little bit further than I usually would, and I changed the free play in the clutch just a little bit. Like, this was like a lot of fine tuning to get this to a point where it felt good in all the forward gears and holds good, and you can hold it at a stoplight and it doesn't creep, but it also isn't like a real jarring, slamming application when you let it out to get into that reverse gear. Anyways, I hope this was useful for somebody. Kind of weird for my channel, but hey, it pays the bills. There's a lot of other work that got done to this trike. Like I mentioned, stator and primary reseal, and shift shaft seal, and windshield, and some headlight work, and service the differential, and grease the rear end, and a few other little things, and clean the throttle body. This had like a surging idle. Cleaning that throttle body definitely helped a whole lot on that. What else did I do? I've kind of lost track of it all. Anyways, Mr. Chris, if you happen to catch this, if you find this channel and find this video about your bike, thank you for bringing it to me. And everybody else, thank you for watching. Bye.